how are
live
you?
in. Joy.
Hi.
Joy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, I can see we are already live on Facebook, aren't we?
Are we?
Yeah, I can see you live on Facebook.
Okay, that's great.
Okay. So we can start?
Great. Yes.
Okay. So we are here. We have Joy. Joy, you're from Germany. You're in Germany, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the party, to the discussion. As we always do it on Sunday afternoon, we have a discussion about life abroad. And you, as the CEO of the African Women in Europe, you're a good candidate for us so that we can discuss and we let people know how it is. Yeah. And we have Walter, who he's in the UK, and we said it's okay to have a man also so that we can know the views from the point of view of a man. Yeah, we have Lydia from the UK, who is a passionate and an amazing woman in the UK, doing amazing things and giving us, the morale in life, and also mentoring us every day in whatever she does. Okay, so welcome all, and maybe we can start by discussing. Maybe we can shortly describe what we do. Maybe when we arrive in Germany, when we arrive in UK. How is our process? I believe maybe the process can be the same all over Europe, all in abroad, but maybe in a short description, how is it? Maybe if you arrive in Europe, what are the challenges that you'll meet first, or maybe what is the opportunity that you will get first? Yeah. So maybe Joy, can we start with you?
Yes, thank you for having me here. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, thank you for having me here. Yes, and it's a pleasure to have this great topic about being here in abroad, which I've been here now almost 20 years. I almost feel like I belong here slowly, but surely I belong in Africa, and that's my destination, final destination. But yeah, your question is quite interesting because for me, I can only talk about my way, how I came to the diaspora that is in Germany. Everybody, I think, comes in different ways. So for me, I came here through marriage, meaning that my partner was German, and so probably I had a good protected in terms of information. It was not like I was bombarded with a lot of information on how to live in the country. Most of it was taken up. But the only thing I know for sure that I needed to do before coming here, and it was an advantage, is that the language. Yeah. The language was the number one, and I actually learned the language before I came here, and I really was very lucky because I got my grades very good. But when you learn a language in the country, it's not the same as when you come to the continent. And I mean here in Germany, because if you don't talk it, you might understand it, you might not be able to talk. For me, it was very difficult to talk. I could understand, I could know what they were doing. And I was like almost wishing, like I wish you would wake up in the morning and you are talking, but it doesn't happen like that. That was like my biggest wish, that I just wake up in the morning. I'm like, and I have to say, there's some people who are good with languages and some people are very slow with languages. And I'm one of those ones who's very, very slow, because it took me almost 10 years to get all these polished up. And also, but I knew why it took 10 years is because, as I said, you have to know when you come to the country, because I came through the marriage. I had to accept the condition where I was, but the idea was not to come here. Yeah. But we had to come here because of the work contract got finished back in Kenya, and we had to come to there. But my idea was never living in Germany, was more living in Kenya. So if you have the enthusiasm, and within 1 year, you can easily adopt everything here. So, and then the other part was also the culture shock. Yeah. Quite a big thing. I mean, you don't miss this one, especially when you land just like that. I'm sorry, it's very nice and sunny all of a sudden. It has been a rainy day. But yeah, the culture is a big shock. You get it with the way people live. The keeping time in Germany is like something I learned very quickly in terms of keeping time is a basically, and anyway, the nature teaches you how to keep time, whether you like it or not. You have to learn to keep time. Someone like me, I never own a watch, but I came in Germany, I sleep even with a watch, I walk with I don't want to be late anywhere. And you know, being an African, you don't want to hear that, you Africans, you're always late. Da, 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 da. So I made an effort even throughout with my children. Time was a prime factor of it all. Apart from that, I think when you're ready, if you know exactly what you want and you put yourself in the right kind of group of people, which I didn't have it. And that's why I started the organization. It's the one that will determine how successful you are in whatever country, because you might meet minded people who are not ready to share with you information, not being part of your vision that because all of us, when we come from Africa, when we come to Europe, we come with a lot of energy. And I don't know what we are thinking of is going to be here. But then you might be crushed first of all with the reality, and then, but even in the right kind of group, kind of people, you see people who are doing much better, and you can achieve that. And it will help you a lot, because I have, throughout my organization, we've noticed a lot of women, because they came in with found wrong groups. They were told, oh, you can never be a doctor. No, you can never be. All of us, we do these here, those minimum things,
so
right?
Joy, let me just interrupt there. So the main thing with diaspora is information.
Yeah,
it's total information, because you say that when you came, and I think it happened to all of us, is the friends you get, the information you get, that is what throws us back. And also, I don't know, Laoness, if you can you see the questions? Because somebody was asking Joy a question. Can you see them, Laoness?
Let me see.
Esther was asking you something. She said, did you learn a different language? So she wanted to know if you actually learned a different language, because you're talking about language. Also, I don't know. Laoness, can you see the questions there?
I can see the question. Esther asked me, wow, did you learn a different language? I don't know whether it was for me. Yes, I mean, I don't know whether it meant before or now, but when I was in Kenya, definitely I had to learn, because I knew once my ex-husband then was German, so I needed to know the language. And I thought in any form of way, language is always an added value in any form of way. So I took it up, the German language, which was nightmare. I mean, there are languages and languages, but I almost ran away from the whole thing just because of the language.
German is another different kind of language also.
Do I really need this in my life?
But I think I admire you guys that are in Europe, and then or somewhere else, and then you have to learn a different language, because I know even Lioness, she knows a different language.
Yes.
But we in the UK, we just speak English.
I had to learn too. The Italian language, I had to learn. Yeah, because you go looking for, like for work, and they tell you, if you don't know the language, how can we hire you? So you have to learn the language. You have to. It just comes. It comes your world. The language barrier becomes your world. You have to break that barrier, whether you like it or not. Yeah. Walter, are you there?
Walter.
Are we having Walter?
Yeah, Walter. Walter is there.
Yes, I'm listening. Yeah,
hi, Walter. Walter,
Hi.
Let us hear from you, from your part. How
your
was
perspective as a man.
My perspective.
As a man, how was it? What are the challenges, or maybe the opportunities that came to you right away when you landed in the land of milk and honey?
No, you arrive with challenges. You receive challenges.
Yeah.
Because when you're planning to come or travel, you have expectations, and when you get here, everything somehow turns upside down. For my case, I came as a student, and when I arrived, I went to the university. I got my visa late. I came in late, and now the faculty didn't want to admit me into the course. because they're saying you're late now. I couldn't turn back. But luckily, I was accompanied by my sister, and she understood the system a bit, because what was happening at that point was racism towards me. But I didn't really get it, what they call microaggressions. So the faculty will say you can't come into the course. It's a competing course. You're already 1 week late and they have an exam. So you have to define time. Now there's no way I can turn back.
Your microphone is so bad. Can you hear him?
Yeah, it's breaking.
Yeah, it's breaking.
Can you hear me now?
Hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Am I any better?
Try again, Walter. Try again.
Am I any better now?
It's totally breaking, but it's better a little bit. Your line is really bad. People are saying they can't hear you.
I've lost you. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Try, Walter.
Any better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying now, you meet challenges that come along, and for myself, I met the challenge of racism at the beginning through the faculty head, which was telling me that I cannot actually get in the course which I had already applied for to join. Now, at that point, I've been told to turn back, but luckily I didn't accompany my sister who helped me, because she understood the system more than I did at the point, whereby she challenged me and said it was racism that was doing, which was like indirectly telling you can't do something yet you've not even been given a chance. So eventually, I was not carrying on into the course and get on with it. Within the first week, I had an exam which was quite challenging, but I did manage to get it. Now, with the challenges you face every day, but you have to make the best of it. Whatever opportunity you get, you have to take it.
Can you hear him?
Okay. What
okay, let me change my system.
Okay, just
hear you. We can't hear you, Walter. So we can't.
Okay, let me change. Yeah.
Let me just
change my system. Yeah.
Okay, change it, Walter. Let me try. Walter is saying the one challenge that he faced was racism. Yeah. He faced racism, and I think the sister had to intervene because they realized that it was racism, because they could not, they did not want to let him join in the causes he wanted to do. And but he says at the end, he was saying that in all challenges we have to do our best. Yeah, he was trying to explain that. So maybe when he comes back, when it's clear enough, he can continue to tell us what he wanted to tell us. Okay, so Lydia, you're there. Okay, we have been talking to you since this program started, this discussion started.
Yes,
we have been talking to you about whatever the challenges. We have pointed out a lot of challenges, and we have seen language is also a barrier in these other sides of the Europe. And I know UK English has never been a barrier, because from Kenya we're English speaking people, and we just go ahead and speak English. Yeah, but maybe let's try and get it right again. Apart from the language, any other challenges that you can face in the UK, you land in the UK?
Can you imagine now there's even racism? Now on top of every challenge that we have, there's always racism. But racism has always been there. It's something that's always been there. And in fact, one day, probably next week, I'll talk about my experience with racism. And I actually got to a stage where we actually fought physically fight with my children in the theater. So that I'll talk about it maybe next week. But what we were talking about living abroad is the fact that, and I know Joy mentioned it as well, lack of information. Because when we are home and we just say, oh, Maju, ati unaenda Maju, hey, unaenda Maju. So unaenda Maju, that's all. So you're dancing, you're singing, you don't even want to tell anybody, you're just thinking, oh, if I go to the UK, or nikienda Maju, ama America, nitapata pesa sijui wapi, nitasijui kutoa wapi, because nobody tells you that it's not easy. Nobody tells you the truth. So you come, we even have people, like I said last week about my sister, My auntie called and said, yes, you can come, you can come. And then when she went, there was nobody there to meet her. And we have a lot of that. People tell you, yes, you can come. But I think when they tell you can come, they actually don't think you can. That's the thing. When they're telling you come, they actually don't think you can make it. So they'll just tell you, oh, come. And then you go and there's nothing. It's not what they promised. It's not. I'm telling you, people always think my Jew is easy. I always say if I can actually swap, I can. I think I want to sit back in Kenya and find an opportunity that can help me make it.
Yes.
Because those days that we came, there was so many opportunities. The thing is, people don't teach you to be creative, innovative, or to be proactive. We always think that, oh, when we come to Kenda Majuu, we'll make it. It's not always like that. So yes,
it's not always like that.
No. So there is more opportunity. Yes, we can say there is opportunity in Majuu, but not necessarily that is where you can make it. You can make it anywhere. So our advice is not to discourage you not to go to Majuu.
Yeah.
No, that's not what we're saying. You can come to Majuu if you want to, if you get the opportunity, yes. But we want to give you the advice that nobody gave us. That is why we're here.
Exactly.
So we are giving advice that nobody gave us.
Exactly.
So when you come here, don't think there's money on the tree. There's no money on the tree. There's no free money. There's no, because you're a doctor, you're coming to work as a doctor. My friend, you will come to work as a, Sainsbury's cashier, or to work in a hospital. You get? What do you think, Lioness?
That's very true. That's very true, Lydia. Like you said, we were misinformed. We were misinformed at the beginning of our journeys. We were misinformed properly, and when we came, we were very disappointed in what we found. And we had to adjust. Like you said, you adjust the mindset. The mindset is very important. Like you said also, it does not matter where you are. You can make it where you are. Because if you're looking for an opportunity to become a singer abroad, don't think that your hustle will be different from where you are, maybe in Kenya.
Exactly.
Or maybe you want to be an actor. Somebody even asked me yesterday about being an actor in Europe. I said, oh my God, why don't we have that creativity in our homes? So that even the people from Europe can be going in Kenya and saying, I'm looking for actors, because here I've seen there's a lot of actors, actresses, the film industry is good here. I need to choose 1 or 2, 3 people to be in my film, to be in my series. Why should we come here? Because myself, I've been here, I've been in like 15 casting. I go to try and get into a part, in a film. 15 of them since I've been here. I've never been chosen.
Imagine.
I've never been chosen. I've gone to singing competitions, leave alone the locals one. I've won like 4 of them, but I've gone to those major ones and I've never been chosen. So why can't we have that creativity in our homes so that we can create opportunities in our homes instead of thinking of us going out here and we think we can make it? It's not that way, because the economy started just writing, I don't know how many years ago. How many years? So these people here, our citizens, our hosts here, cannot be here waiting for giving you an opportunity while themselves, they are looking for that opportunity because they need it. They need it, and they need the cash also. I remember there was a time on TV here in Italy, immigration is very high, and they're coming. Today I saw there's a boat, they're still coming.
Wow.
They're still, today I just saw it. I said, oh my God, we are back again. We leave alone Corona now. We are back again to this immigration thing because they're coming in.
So I was just
sorry, Joy, let me finish and then I get to you.
Sorry.
One time I saw this, they came on the news, the immigrants, they're saying, the government has our money. They should give us 2,000 every month, 2,000 euros every month. I said, what? 2,000 from where? I've been here. I'm not getting that 2,000 euros. What are you talking about? What am I missing? Sorry, Joy, what were you adding? Sorry, Joy.
No, I just wanted to emphasize what you just said there, because I think the main problem is actually us, the diasporans who go back home. What are we showing people when we go there?
Yes.
we are really going there showing off. I mean, you know what you've been doing here, and you've been saving so hard, and you go there and show off how much you have, and and did the impression of people think like here there's money falling down from somewhere. We are not honest with our people. What are we? How is it for us? Some of us, like you and me, before when you land at home, you run to the salon so that you're not seen by the others. You look so horrible.
Joy, I tried. I want to point out on that thing because it's very strange and it's very funny at the same time that we get to see the white people, the Europeans, the white people when they come for holidays, they have them dirty shoes, they have simple clothes. Yeah. Why do we have to have Adidas on? Why do we have to have Nike on? Why do we have to have our hair done in that kind of manner to show that we are from abroad?
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
But that's what you're saying. It's okay to have nice things. It's okay to have Adidas and all the designers and everything. What is bad is to go home and give the impression that if you go to the UK, you can get this thing easily. We don't tell them that this Nike did not come easy. This Nike came per hour that I did. I worked for maybe 3 days to get the money to buy these trainers.
Exactly.
We don't say that. We just go home, wear all our things, flossing, right, left, center, giving money to I don't know who, taking people clubbing and paying for the bill. What do you think those people think? They'll think, wow, if I go to UK, I'll be like, I'll be rich like Lydia. Please, they don't know what you're doing to get that money. You're struggling, you're stuck.
They don't know because maybe that 3,000 Kenya shillings, you work it for in a day, to get it. Maybe in a day, or maybe you have to do 3 jobs to gain maybe 100, how much? Maybe 10,000 Kenya shillings, which is 100 euros something, or 100 pounds. Yeah, you have to combine, some jobs, some hours, to get that money. That is the kind of thing. But we should tell them the truth. We should say that Walter is back, I think.
Yeah, Walter is back. Walter.
Can you hear me now?
Technology. This guy doesn't know technology now. We are moving on.
No, can you hear me?
Analog, digital now.
Now, how do you along?
Okay, Walter.
Yeah, you hear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're talking about just coming where you say people go back home and they show off. They don't say the truth. Well, they don't want to look. People want to create an image which does not exist.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where they're not truthful with themselves, and portraying a falsehood, false image, and this acts negative because then makes you, when you go back, now you want to leave that legacy which you don't have. Like when I know people, when they travel back, they go and hire cars, expensive, a lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
But then we come back here, and then now you want to work extra hard to maintain what you don't have. That is something which needs to stop. If we just need to be honest with ourselves and show people what it is really, where we are living.
And Walter, can I ask you from a point of man?
Yes.
Like, do men feel threatened by the or challenged by the kind of work, maybe physical work that they find in? Because I've seen a lot of men, the most jobs, it's physical, it's physical. In my area, I have a lot of friends, male friends, who are, they have to work with power, Is it hard for men to accept? Maybe you came from home, you did not even work that kind of job, and you come and you find that you're told, okay, now you have to go and maybe build that house. That is the only job that you can do for now, Maybe, is it a challenge for men? Do they feel challenged by this?
Well, I would say it's a challenge. But that comes back now when you've left home, maybe you were sponsored or or maybe you're the head of the family,
Yes.
and you came in to work or to go to college. Now you have to put food on the table.
Yes.
Maybe you're supporting your family back home, or maybe here or elsewhere. Now you go looking for jobs, right? The job you find is not the job you knew. Meaning that maybe you're a manager somewhere, you come into, I'll talk of the UK or the Western world,
yeah,
you're told you have to look for work. You look for work, you apply for the management role and everything else, you never get them. And you're told, well, the only job you have now is become a cleaner.
Yeah.
Or do something like security, which are physical, or go into construction. Now, that's when reality sets in.
Yeah.
And
you have to put your pride aside.
You have to put your mind aside. Yeah. Well, I'll give myself as an example. When I came in the country, I couldn't get any jobs. I'll make you laugh a bit. Now, I saw, the people who know the UK newspaper, I saw there's an advert for the section where they wanted security escorts. So I thought it was a decent job until I asked my friend, what is this escort business? And then he told me, and I said, okay, maybe that's not for me. And then I started working in a factory in packing, what was it, razor blades, a Gillette factory. And when you go there, you're not put on the top. I was busy sweeping the factory. Yeah, and I would do that at night. And in the morning, I have to go for my lectures. Yeah, so I did that and lecture you to keep up with everything else, and then still support, give my support to my family where I could. So yes.
And Leoness.
Yes.
Leoness, can you see the messages on Facebook?
Well, I cannot see them, my dear.
Okay, somebody said, Liletia or Lang, said it's not bad to go and hire a car if you're doing it for the right reasons. Example, I took my kids home for the first time. I hired a car from Nairobi to my shags, and I used that hired car for 2 weeks as I was there. It's not bad. That's what we said. It's not bad, because even me, when I go to Kenya, there's one thing I always say, and I always tell my sisters, and I always say when I go home, I say, if anybody wants to say I'm boasting, I swear that's their problem. But public means in Kenya, I can never use them. That is one thing I said. I will never use public means in Kenya because they're driving. My heart is in my mouth. Why would I be, every time I'm going outside, I'm holding my heart, oh my God. So I always hire a car. So if you're hiring a car for the good reasons, it's fine. But it's not the one that
that's what we pointed out. That's what we pointed. It's okay. It's okay when you do it. We are saying people do it for the wrong reasons, to floss.
Yes.
To show, to show off and everything, and they don't give the right information to the people. That's what we were saying, because we have these people around. We have these people around, and we are saying we just have to give the right information. That's why we are here to discuss about giving the right information about life abroad. It's not like before. It's not like before. Things have changed and things have become harder in abroad. Things are, in diaspora. Things have become so hard. And I wanted to point out also one thing, Lydia and Joy. In these Facebook streets, I've been here. You know me, I'm that chokora. I go everywhere.
Kiherehere.
So I enter everywhere. I'm in, I don't know, 1,000 groups, Facebook groups, and I've seen our young ladies. Wow, it's a mess. It's just a total mess. Total mess. I've even witnessed one who used to come live doing all kind of things, and the children were taken away from her. You understand? So Lydia and Joy, you people, you should maybe talk to us about this, because you people, you've been dealing with the women organizations directly, with children organizations directly, especially Joy, as she's the CEO of African Women in Europe. Yeah.
I think she missed that point, Leoness. She wasn't in. She just came back. So you repeat it.
Oh, she came back. Joy, unatuacha gizani unaenda alafu unarudi.
No, I know I was kicked out. I was kicked out for whatever reason. I'm back.
You always being kicked out, Joy. Why?
I don't know. It's German thing, eh? You're mean German.
So Joy, I was pointing out because we are seeing a lot of young women around Facebook Live. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of groups. So I go in and I watch whatever is happening. And I don't know if it's depression, stress. Some of them have the children have been taken away from them because they cannot do it because they've become, maybe they use drugs, alcohol, and they come on Facebook Live and do all kind of messy things. Like you see like this and you wonder what is the problem. Yeah. And mostly I've seen from Germany, I've seen from Holland, I've seen from Belgium, I've seen from United States. Yeah.
It's a
yeah. So you as the CEO of African Women in Europe, what do you think is the problem? Because out of the comments, when you read, you follow up, you hear that, you see that because she's getting help from the government, they pay for the house, she has no stress, but what she's doing is totally stressed up. Yeah, it does not add up.
Yeah, it's actually a very good point, because actually that's why we started the African Women in Europe, because the main thing here is it's actually depression. Don't forget, when we come, where we're coming from Africa, it's a very social community where you have your auntie, your uncle, everybody's there. If you have an issue, you can talk to, yeah. And when you come here in Europe, you don't have anyone, and some of the people you surround with them, they will actually be the one bringing you so much down than helping you up. And the thing is that some of the issues you have here, you cannot go asking somebody from Kenya how to solve it. And I can give you an example. Someone like me, I was going through a divorce. Yeah. I mean, you came here, you have children, you have never been on your own. Pap, you're there now dealing with the situation and the language. So even if I tried to explain, my parents or my sister, they could not really understand what I was talking about, right? And it could have really gone really wrong. Thanks God, I'm a very strong woman that I could easily pick it up myself and bring it up. But I was thinking, oh my God, what about the other women who can't do this? And that's where the depression kick in. You start taking alcohol because you don't have anybody to talk to, or you don't know how to deal with this. And as you know, the culture, especially in Germany and especially all those countries you just mentioned, it's a system that you need to know how it works. And if you are going through a hardship and you don't have somebody to guide you through, or close friends who can help you out, it's quite difficult. It's very, very difficult to sort yourself out. I have to say I was very lucky, and I actually wondered what are the others doing. And you'll go under depression. If you have children, they will be taken away from you. The regulation is there. It's so strict. So for some reason, because I was aware that the first thing I had to get to keep a good sign of mind, to know that even if I'm feeling like that drink will make me feel better, that drink is the one that will bring me down. Because whenever you're found, even if with one drink, whatever situation, you'll be told that you are not capable of bringing up your children. So you have to know that you have to be really strong. But I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, because the whole situation that people are going through, and especially when they're coming through, I went through that, but there are different situations that comes in. Now you're here, you're not seeing the end, you are dreaming so big, and now it's all shattered down. How are you going to tell your parents what you're doing? How the disappointment you have here, and you have nobody to talk to. Actually, it's the idea of talking to people that is missing.
Yeah.
Community, and that's why it's so important to be surrounded with the same kind of. For me, I was so lucky because when it happened, I had already formed Awe. So there were so strong women, especially from the UK and others who were ready to talk to me and tell me, okay, this is what. And I also had a system here in Germany, which was also maybe the hard ones to do with. You have to deal with the lawyers and all this stuff. This can be quite chaos in the beginning, but the solution to it, and I can tell you through my own experience, is being surrounded with the right kind of. I cannot insist how important that is.
Yeah.
You only need one or two people. They don't have to be close to where you are.
Yeah.
So people who are very close to you, they're the ones who really will
Mess
bring
you up.
And I was really messed up with the community I had built very close to me. There were fast people who brought me down as fast as I could. Yeah. But I was surrounded with some people who are far, where you can talk to, take a telephone, talk, share your experiences with somebody from another party who could help you out or could just listen to you out, and maybe they have solution for you. Okay, in some of the organization here, we do have support systems that you can go and get help, because I use some of them, because we are lucky that they know people go through hardship. So don't wait for, if you know you have an issue with your children, don't wait for the UGNAP to come. You go to them and tell them you want help. So you don't have that issue of being put on the print, because they are watching, they're waiting, they're watching on you. But why don't you go proactive and go tell them, I need your help, guide me. And I actually needed help. How do I deal with this situation? My kids are very small, and they have trainings. And that way you are already protecting yourself and your children. And they can give even offers to go for counseling, the health mind, the wellness, and there's a lot of therapy that you can be given. But you have to be proactive. If you don't have somebody telling you there's such kind of a thing, how would you know? So you will go deep into the depression. So for me, and that goes also to the children as well, because we have these issues, our children now, because of big racism around, finding themselves in a society where they're not maybe recognized as well. It can be quite depressive for the kids. You should really go seek for those therapies that are there for our children. Don't be feeling like, oh, those are for the sick people. No. Please take advantage. I took it for my children, even if they were like, I just wanted to see that there's something being done for them, and they were seeing that something is being done for them, because they also go through under shocks. So I think surround yourself with the right kind of people. Get the information that you need. Don't be afraid that at home, they're happy when you have the money, but I'm not talking about my situation. Yeah. When you don't have it, they will not be there.
It's not just your situation, Joy. Yes. It's everybody, probably a lot of people in Africa. They love you when you have the money. But when you're not sending the money, you mean nothing to them. So you should put that into your health. Your health should come first. And somebody just wrote here as well. I'm so sorry, Lioness, because this is actually Lioness program, and I'm not in a thing of taking people's things. It's her program, and she initiated this, even though I'm her guest every Sunday. But this is her program, and we have to get that right. But because she can't see the messages, so I have to read this from a lady as well, who's talking about depression. And she said, depression is real here in the diaspora. My brother went through it, and he isolated himself. And being married to a white woman, to cut the story short, he was found dead in a bathtub.
Wow.
So we need to check with each other. So the guy was actually, and we know that a lot of people who are depressed. And you remember, Lioness, I was also telling you the reason why I started Kenya in the Park was the same thing. A lady committed suicide. She said because she was lonely. And then again, a Ugandan girl was also found dead in the house with the child. And it's things like this. It's all depression. But going back to what Lioness was asking about these little girls doing this, all I want to say is, I don't know why, I don't know what would take you on Facebook to do that. I don't really know. And I'm not one to judge and say, oh, because of this, because of that. But all I can say is whatever you do in life, you come back and bite you. You might do this now because you're 23, 25, you're young, you think, oh, let me do this. By the time you're 30, 35, you've got an excellent job, and somebody, you've gotten your papers. Maybe it was because you're frustrated, the papers are not there, you don't have a house, you don't have this. But you'll not stay like that forever. Things do change. So 5 years down the line or 6 years down the line, your situation has changed. You are now probably a mother to somebody, or you have a husband, or you have a wife, or you're working, you have a very good job. It comes back. So whatever you're doing in life, I don't know what makes you do that. I've seen all those girls on Facebook as well, those little girls, and dressing themselves, doing really crazy stuff. But all I'm saying is whatever you do in life, it will come back one day. When you're so vulnerable and you're in a very good place, you don't need that negativity, but that thing you're doing will come back and hit you.
Come back,
so just remember that. Just remember that. That's all I can say. on Regalia.
Yeah, thank you, Lydia. And when you just talked right now, you mentioned about maybe the paper. You'll get the paper, maybe. Yeah, it's about your attitude in waiting about the paper. I think people should know that papers, documentation in Europe is not an easy thing to. Yeah, it's a process. It's a process. It's something that you have to wait and pray on for it to go through.
Yeah.
Some process, it takes time. And they have to know that sometimes, we have you are given a negative answer, and you have to appeal maybe to the courts, to fight for your documentations and everything. I know people, I've met people, I found them here. Until now, I meet them, I say, hey, hi, how are you? Is your document out? They say, no, and I found them here. You understand? I'm talking about more than 10 years, more than 15 years, yeah? So I think we should point out about documentation. We have the process in waiting for the documents, you apply and you wait. It does not matter how you apply, in whichever way, whether it's asylum, whether it's I don't know what, you have to wait for the results, you have to wait for the answers. They have to see and know if maybe you're the right person to be provided with the documents. I think maybe we can talk about this also, because I know it's a process everywhere, in UK, in Germany, I know in USA, it's the same thing. Because there are people who are waiting for the documents until now. Yeah. Yeah, that's one barrier that we have to face.
Yeah, I think Lioness, that's why I was telling you that is good. The work you've started is very good, because you're going to help a lot of people who are out there who want to hear this, or who are waiting. Just sometimes, and that's what I always say, and I don't want to go back to the church business, but I always say that sometimes people only wait for a voice of reasoning. And when they see maybe somebody in leadership, and that can be a pastor, it can be a president, it can be whoever in leadership, and they hear that voice, they just take, because they're in a very dark place, and they're just waiting for voice of reasoning. So this thing that you've started, if they hear me, or they hear Joy, or they hear Walter, or they hear you, or they hear other guests that you're going to have every week, and they see that, okay, this person is a community leader, this person is a leader, they're actually saying this. That's why we have to be very, very careful as leaders, what we tell people who are listening to you. And that's why I so much disagree sometimes with the pastors, what they say, and people blame the congregation. It's because some people just want to hear that voice of reasoning, and whatever they hear, they take it with them and they run. And this topic of, especially this topic of depression, it's a big topic, and I think we should have that on its own one day, because it's not just something we brush and we move on, because a lot of people suffer depression, especially in diaspora. But when it comes to papers, a lot of us, maybe 90% of people were in diaspora. We did not just come and get the papers. I was here for 7 years before I got my papers.
Exactly.
And yes, was I frustrated? Yes, I was. Oh my God, I was so frustrated. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I used to eat from the bin. I had no money. Oh God. Now I'm healed from that. I don't think I'll cry anymore, but I used to cry every time I spoke about it. And I suffered. Suffered. When I say suffer, I don't think there's anybody who has suffered like I did, and I was pregnant at that time. So, but I made sure I used my own free will that God gave me. I said, I'm not going to sleep with men around for money. I'm not going to drink alcohol to suppress the feeling. I'm not going to take drugs to get away from the feeling. I'm not going to do anything bad that will come back and hit me tomorrow. But that is because I have a strong will. You understand? And the other thing as well, I'm somebody who don't like keeping friends. I'm very quick into taking negative friends out of my life, because the minute I hear you being negative towards me, I delete you. I block you, I delete you, and I move on. But that's me. But some people are not like that. Some people always want people around them. They want to hear who's saying something, who's saying something. And the paper business, I'm telling you, papers that not last forever. You will get your papers. Don't make wrong decisions and start doing horrible things because you're looking for papers. Papers will come. Regardless of which way you're looking, papers will come, but don't do bad things to get it. I was here for 7 years. Now I'm happy I can fly wherever I want. Those days I was sitting like this, looking at people who are flying and said, wacha tu aende. Mi pia siku moja tu nitaenda. Mi pia siku moja nitaenda. Now I'm going. You understand? So so that paper thing, Unless we ask Walter how he's feeling, because now Walter is just sitting there watching the ladies talk.
No, no,
listening.
Walter is with us. Walter is with us. He's always with us. Walter, what is your point of view?
My point of view is we talk about the things young ladies are doing online.
Yeah.
Which are not very encouraging, and seeing some of those things worries me as a parent.
You have seen them too, Walter?
Yes.
Yeah, you're on the streets too.
Now, Lita spoke about the church, but I'll just go with something whereby it stems. Some things come from the family, whereby if I'll use men being as the head of the household,
yes,
and then the woman being the neck to control the head, because the two need to work together. Now, if they don't work together, the children are the ones who end up suffering if they don't support. I've seen men who have come here, brought their wives over or their partners, and the same partners take them to prison here.
Yeah,
report them to the police. Some just for where there's no, just by virtue of when you talk of papers, they've been told that, oh, if you say your husband has beaten you or your partner has touched you, you'll get arrested and you'll get put away. Yeah. I've had friends who that has happened to. They didn't do anything, but that happened to them. Now, I'm coming back to the family to say that this support, that that our children they're turning online, and online is it's good and bad.
Yeah.
And it can lead to various things. You end up losing your child either through depression. Some commit suicide. Yeah, I've had friends who have lost through suicide. And the family has to come together to support these children. Even when I talk family, I mean not just the father and the mother. You have to incorporate like your aunties and uncles, because sometimes children won't listen to you, but they'll listen better to your
aunties,
your
to
auntie,
the
uncle, the grandfather, grandmother.
Yeah.
To stop that from happening.
Yeah, it's very true, Walter. It's very true. We have a lot of families that have broken up.
Yeah.
You know, foreign families. You're saying maybe a couple from Kenya, they came together, and maybe at the end of the day, then they're not together. And then, like you're saying, the children start to suffer. Depression starts coming in here, from here and there. And like Joy said, maybe it's time. Maybe we should also look out for this help. We should go and ask for help. You know, if we need the counseling and everything, because we tumezoea labda ile yetu ya kinyumbani. Imetokea, wacha tudili na hiyo kivyetu vile tunajua sisi. Yeah, we don't need this. Hii mambo ya kizungu. Wacha sisi ni Waafrika. You know, but maybe it's time we should not be knocking on these doors and asking for help, because we are here and we should live the culture. That is the culture, and we get help. Otherwise, we end up in trouble. Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, we end up in trouble. Joy, I don't know, in your place, from your side, Joy, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not kicked out. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you was surprised about the topic.
Yeah, you heard what we were saying. Yeah, we talked about depression, which also you touched. You talked about it, and we talked about the paperwork. I don't know from your side.
Yeah.
Is the process the same thing, that patients, you have to wait?
Yeah, definitely. Papers. I mean, here in Germany, I have to say, if you really keep, according to the people who come, I mean, they're very quite structured. They say, if you stay for this so long, this when they are not really like slow. I've not seen them really slow. Actually, I remember when I was very slow with getting my paperwork to be done. Anyway, it was not my priority, but due to traveling, I had to change. And they were the ones pushing me to finish up my paperwork. But I know some situations, if you have everything in order, they say, if you work 8 years or you live, even if you're married, you need to keep a particular 8 years. Because I remember I came to to Germany, and I went to UK for 3 years, and I had to start from zero. They couldn't count from one to three. You have, if you keep to what they say, the paperwork part is very fast. I don't know, maybe people have other experience. I've not heard about delays in that. The only thing you have is if you're an asylum seeker, they also have the processes they do, and they're quite direct. That's why I like them. And if there's this paper missing, is this paper missing? You need this one. Is it? If you need to appeal, you need to appeal. I mean, and these are processes that are there, and you cannot. I mean, here is not like Kenya. You go, or maybe if I talk a little bit more, it's gonna help. No. Process. It's a process, and it's actually exactly. If they tell you 2 days, it's 2 days. If it's 5 days, it's 5 days. So, and it's true, you have to be really, really patient in whatever you do. But, and I think if you have the right papers, the right things with you, and some of these things, even they come to you. I know some people who have been working for long and they never considered to follow papers. They tell you, no, by this time, if you want, you can get these papers, you know. They actually approach you because if you work and you're contributing to the economy of the country and you have worked a particular time, they even approach you and confront if you are interested to take over or things like that. So it's I'm thrilled to see the real somebody who's really had a really problem. But as I said, the language is the one which will kill you. If you don't understand those papers, what they are saying, because you'll assume, or somebody will tell you, oh, they do this. If you need any information, if you go straight to the authorities, don't even go these people telling you, I did this, I did that. Everybody has a different scenarios and different. You need to go to those offices yourself. Ask those questions, those people. You just don't go asking other people, because you get wrong information. And it keeps changing as well. There's this topic you talk about the gas. I don't know about the gas. I don't know if I've seen those videos. I was getting lost there, but the idea is that what I could say about these issues, especially with the parents, like myself, I'm involving my kids a lot with whatever they're doing. Okay, so if they're doing, like mine is on the YouTube doing games and videos and games, I'm going there and seeing what he's doing, and we can take part in it. And I tell him, why don't we do this together? And I've seen also women doing, the ladies on YouTube doing the cosmetics, and their mothers, they are the example, you know. You're there with the person doing the cosmetic thing they're doing, but I don't know what videos you're talking about.
No, actually, no. Actually, it's not about what you're talking about children. We're talking about people, young girls who came abroad in diaspora to look for a life, and all of a sudden they have changed into they're using alcohol, drugs, and they're going live on Facebook, and you can see that they are under the influence of alcohol and drugs, doing that, talking a lot of things that they don't make sense, you know, don't make sense. And you know, a lot of people, you know, unajua sisi wa Kenya tuko wengi pale, some of them wanamsupport, mwacheni afanye vile nataka. Unajua iko hivyo, mwingine unasikia mwingine anasema kama maisha ya Europe ni hivyo, wacha tu nikabaki hapa Kenya. Umeona, we are not talking about hiyo mambo ya children doing, no, it's another thing altogether. It's another thing altogether. Actually, even Lydia, I wanted to point out the information, like Joy saying, sometimes you'll be advised badly, you'll be advised badly. Umekuja kutafuta maisha, alafu labda unaambiwa, unajua ukiwa unataka pepa, ukiwa unataka hivi, unajua lazima ulale na mzungu ndio ufanikiwe. No? Yeah, this kind of cases zimekuwa, unajua ukikuja jitafutie mzungu wewe, alafu your place will be, you will make it. Yeah. And maybe these are young girls, unajua okay, kama hata my small sister, or maybe now we are having, you know, girls, we have daughters being advised this way. I think maybe it's not right, or try and help me out, because inakuwa ngumu kuelewa saa ingine.
It's you know, like Leonie, I wrote something on my Facebook. I did an interview with Ben TV like 4 or 3 weeks ago about just life about me, what I do, how I became who I am, where I came from. And I spoke about friends. And the funny thing is so funny. They just edited that part of friends, what I said about friends, and sent it to me. Yeah. And then yesterday, I see the girl, I don't know, in Nigeria, Idira Ann, that's her name. She deals with hair in Nigeria in Fronto. She's a billionaire, successful woman. Yeah. She was killed by her own best friend, gave her poison. Yeah. Wow. And apparently she said the name because that's the story on, if you Google her, if you just Google her name, she's all over. Yeah. And apparently she said the name of the person before she died, but they didn't tell us who the person was. Wow. I'm saying that sometimes friends, you know, you get people who they want to be you. They actually want to be you. They want everything you have. And that you're looking at your life and they're thinking, my life is totally rubbish. Why is this person hating on me? My life is rubbish. It's because sometimes we don't see what we have. We don't see the value we have, but somebody else can see it. And now because they can see it, they'll give you bad advice. Like Joy said, do not listen to this people's advice. Go to the main horse, the horse's mouth. If they say, submit this document, and you're going to ask somebody again, they'll be like, no, see Izo, just because they don't want you to go and get the papers. So always make sure that the information you get is from the horse's mouth. If you have to get a lawyer, get a lawyer. The lawyer don't know you, so he won't lie to you. Just get a lawyer, get somebody else. But when it comes to friends, sometimes your best friend is the one who will miss you. Well, I read the girl's story yesterday. It was so sad. I don't know. I told my children, I said, and my daughter was like, but mommy, how do you even know? I said, sometimes when a friend tells you so many things, like if they say, hey, Aki, Joy, I like to do it. Every time, Joy, every time they feel bad if you're doing something, they discourage you. If these signs like that, no, this person is not a good person. And somebody said again, it depends. Mtoto ulewa. Oh my God, my Swahili there was so horrible. I'm Kenyan, man. I'm a Kenyan. And then I've got a friend, a Kenyan, who doesn't allow her grown-up kids to cook for their father. She reckons the world is moving forward if she doesn't want take away, that's his problem. Let's not blame the kids. As parents, sometimes we are wrong. And what she's saying, yes, I know what she's saying is probably the truth, because our tutu ametoka Kenya, and that is something else. That's why I was saying, Lioness, that I don't know why the person is going on Facebook to do that. Maybe wamekuja Ulaya, mama yao uko Kenya, baba yao. Pesa iko wapi? They don't understand that you're here, probably hauna makaratasi, hauna kazi, hauna hii, but because of the way they brought you up to live this style, and then now you're here, you cannot live that style anymore because huwezi kunini, hauna kazi, hauna anything. So because of that, you get depressed, unaanza kukunywa, unaanza kufanya vitu zako, and when you're drunk or you're high, probably you don't even know you're on Facebook. Kesho you find out, oh my God, what did I do? What walisha screenshot, walisha sijui what people do, what wamesha share everywhere.
Yeah, and that's what they do exactly.
Yeah. Now you're left feeling bad and depressed. Na vitu zimeshaenda. So sometimes as well, the way we bring up our children, because if you bring up your children with value, if you bring them with value and a very strong foundation, whatever they are going through, they can actually pass through it because they'll remember mom's voice, dad's voice, and the training that they had. And because even the Bible says it, train your child in a way you want them to be, and they will not depart from it. So they will not depart from it means if they're in the UK or they're in Germany, but you brought them up properly, they will not depart from the lessons you gave them when they were growing up. So I totally disagree with Letia Olang. Today she has really, today I think she's become Lioness in this. She's done a lot of topic with us back and forth. Lioness, I can see somebody here. I think you should bring her next week.
Okay, we'll get in touch with her. We'll get in touch. What's her name?
Letetia Olang.
Letitia Lang. Okay, we will look for her. We will look for her.
Yeah.
We need more people. We need more people on board so that we can open up, because the experience is so wide out here in diaspora. You know, everybody is having a different total experience, and we have been closed in our own thoughts for a long time. Yeah, for a long time. We just live on our own for a long time. Maybe it's time that we get together. We should be talking about it so that we can, you know, apart from also getting the information out there, it's doing good for us, you know, knowing that knowing that we are doing this, knowing that we're getting more information, knowing that how the situation is outside there also, you know, in our fellow diasporan countries, you know. So Lydia, I don't know how much time we have. I see like we have like 5 minutes or no?
5 minutes, yeah, 5
minutes. Okay, so maybe we can try and wind up, and you know, we thank God for
somebody
today.
else joined us. Loudness. Can you see somebody else joined us called the most reverend and right honorable Emmanuel?
That is I invited him. He's a friend of mine. He's a reverend.
Ah,
oh,
Yes.
he's a reverend.
He's going to pray for us.
Can you hear us? Reverend, can you hear us? I'm not sure if he can hear us because it's a bit still. Yeah.
No, I don't think he can.
Oh,
hear
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Oh, he
Yes,
can.
I hear you. Yes, yes. Reverend, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello. He's on the road.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for joining us a bit.
Okay. Let me just pray. Everlasting God, we thank you for the gathering of this afternoon and for the deliberation, for the insight, for the understanding, and for the education that we've learned from each other. We pray that those troubled homes, you grant them peace. And for us, you make use of us as instrument of your use. According to your word, which I ministered this day, I ask that the goodwill of a man in human race, that God will give us that grace to be able to share that goodwill among each other. And in so doing, we will bring harmony, peace, and greatness into our homes, our society, our community, and our nations. And above all, may the peace of the Father, Son, of the Holy Spirit continually be with you now and forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. Thank
Yes.
you.
You have to surround yourself with the right people. You see.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
We were blessed.
Yeah.
We were blessed.
Let
So-
me just
Yes, over to you.
So I think we should really think about of what we want our future to be also. Yeah. So Reverend, you want to share something with us before we close?
I mean, anything about human race is about sharing that love of Christ in us to us that we can reach, because love comes as suffering, and they need us, they need you, they need us to reach to them with the love of God,
Yeah.
to have that goodwill of understanding and to share that goodwill with them. And by so doing, we're creating life and we're making life much better. And as we do that, I know that God will continue to meet our own needs.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name.
That's very
Thank
true.
you.
That's very true, Reverend, because we always need, even me, I remember my first year, my second year in Europe, I started talking to God directly. I started communicating to God directly. You know, I came close to him, and he showed me, one time he showed me that he is there, you know. I think you've read my stories. I've always, there's articles, there's videos, I've always talked about this. And he showed himself because I needed to talk to him, because I saw, I could not find myself anymore, you know. I could not find myself anymore. I was just lost. Like you said, Lydia, you ate from the bin. I used to go to places, to friends' houses, neighbors, to see if I can get food, and they could not even put food on the table because they knew I was hungry. Until I left there, they closed their doors and said, I cried, and I was pregnant, like, you know. I had a small baby. The girl and the boy, I was pregnant and I was hungry. I did not have food and people were closing doors for me. They could not even put food on the table when they see me, but you could just smell it. You could just smell the food. The food is there.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, the food is there. I used to cry. I went home, I cried to God, like, I just cried. I said, God, please, if you can hear me right now, if you can hear me, just tell my mama I'm hungry. Yeah. And I just felt a relief. I put myself on the bed. In 10 minutes, my friends, in 10 minutes, my phone rings with a private number. I say, who is this calling me with a private number? I say, hello. It's my mom on the other side. It's my mom on the other side. I started to cry double. She asked me, what is the problem, my daughter? Are the children okay? Are you okay? I said, yes, Mama, I'm okay. Then what is the problem? I said, Mama, I'm hungry. I need food. Yeah? And Mama said, okay, don't worry, my daughter. Tomorrow I will send you some money, okay? She sent me 200 euros. I remember very well. 200 euros. And I went down to my knees and I told God, from today, I will not cry about hunger. You answered me and you have told me that you should not cry because I'm there. Yes. And from that day, I said, I will not cry. Even if I'm hungry, I will not complain. I will not complain. I will not complain. I'm hungry. No, I will not complain. From that day. So this is the kind of life. This is what the kind of the process we have to wait. We have to be patient. Yes. But what are we doing also while waiting? Yeah. Are we doing things positively? Yeah. Do we get discouraged so that we throw ourselves out there or we throw our lives out there? No, we should stay positive, because if we want a future that is bright, if we want to give an example to our people back home, if we want to build back home, if we want to tell the people, we have to do things positively for us to reach them. Yes? Maybe we can start winding up. Joy, Lydia, anything you have to say? Walter, let's dig in and remember that next Sunday we are still here.
Right. Yeah. Now, just to close, I'll just say we need to take action by raising awareness. And I'll break down my terms of action, what I mean by action. One is you have to ask and seek, ask questions to clarify things for you, analyze whatever you're doing. I say then be curious on what you're exploring, and don't be judgmental. Like when you're talking to the children, be curious what they're talking about. Right? Then tell them what thing or what is life, what everything is about, and talk to them as well.
Thank you, Walter.
And then I'd say make an impact where you are, or on the experience of the time of what you're doing, and make the next step. Take the next step. That's it.
Thank you, Walter. Thank you, Walter. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Joy, you're there?
Yes, I'm here. That song, my goodness, I had it since when I was born. Yes, my word for you guys is like, you have only one life, and that's your life. You decide what you want to do and where you want to go. You fall down, dust up, wake up, go. You only have one life. How do you want to say when you're lying? Sorry, I'm not afraid of dying, but I always like to mention that when you're lying down dead, what will you be telling yourself you have achieved? Do the best with the life you have here. Do something for yourself and for others, of course, but you only have one life.
Absolutely. Yes.
And that belongs to you.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joy. And I think maybe we'll be having you so that we can talk more, so we can open up with to see what your organization does and how maybe, people, like Lydia said, there are people who are listening right now. This is an awareness, it's arising. Yeah. Maybe we will have more members joining you and understanding more better what you do, and how they can join, and maybe they want to be, those active members who want to do something positive in the society. Okay?
Thank you. Sure.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joy. Lydia.
Yeah, all I want to say is you can be whatever and whoever you want to be. But
Mm,
there's only one person who can stop you,
mm.
and that person is yourself. That's it.
Is you? That person
That's
is
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that is nice. That is nice. We also touched about mindset. Our mindset is very important. We can make it wherever we are. It does not matter where you are. You can make it. Yeah. We just have to think of the opportunities where we are and build them and create them. Yes. So we meet next Sunday. Thank you, ladies. Thank you,
Yep.
everybody. Thank you,
Thank
Walter,
you.
for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you
you.
so much.
Walter.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a nice
Okay,
day.
okay, bye-bye.